Did you know that when your family changes, your mindset matters? This is an instant message. What's up, guys? I'm Libby, and welcome back to F1oorOneTV. We're a group of students, creatives, and youth pastors that like to make videos for you. We hope that when you come to our channel, you be challenged, encouraged, and inspired. First, I would like to say hello to all of you who have been supporting the channel week after week. But second, I would like to say hi to all of the newcomers, and if you would, just hit that subscribe button. In this series, we'll talk about life from a completely fractured family to picture perfect. And students will learn to realize that no matter what kind of family you're in, family matters.
I know we all spend a lot of time with our friends, especially when we're younger, and sometimes we don't think those friendships are necessarily ever going to end. But the truth is, sometimes they do. When we have those friends in our lives, they start to feel like family to us. And when we look at our friends, it seems like they always have it all together, when sometimes our personal families are not necessarily like that. I think when we spend time with our friends who are close with us, we start to think of them more as family. And that's a good thing, because your family isn't the only kind of family you have. So even though you can look at your other friends' families and think that they're better than yours, or that they work better than yours, every family has its problems. And there's nothing to avoid that. It's just that maybe their problems are different than your family's problems. But the truth is that God wants to and can give you more family. When you think about dysfunctional families, there were plenty in the Bible. The people that God used to do his work weren't necessarily perfect. We're going to talk about two guys from the Old Testament, David and Jonathan, who both came from fairly broken families. And it says, after David finished talking with Saul, Jonathan became one in spirit with David, and he loved him as himself. So Saul was Jonathan's father, and after seeing the relationship that David and Jonathan had, Saul didn't want David to go, which means that David and Jonathan were so close that they loved each other as brothers. From that day, Saul kept David with him and did not let him return home to his family. And Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as himself. These two needed each other at that time because neither of their families necessarily looked how they wanted. Later, Jonathan even looked out for David's life. At the point that Saul wanted to kill David, Jonathan warned him and told him to run and go into hiding from Saul. We see this in 1 Samuel 19, 1-3. Saul told his son Jonathan and all the attendants to kill David, but Jonathan had taken a great liking to David and warned him, "My father Saul is looking for a chance to kill you. Be on your guard tomorrow morning, go into hiding and stay there. I will go out and stand with my father in the field where you are. I'll speak to him about you and tell you what I find out." So even though David was taking what should have been Jonathan's spot as the king of Israel, Jonathan was still a very close friend of David. David and Jonathan found each other when they needed each other most. And I think that God put them in each other's lives so they could help each other when they were struggling with what their family couldn't necessarily give them. Jesus established the church because he knew that we need more people in our lives, more than just our family that we're born with. And when I say church, I don't mean the building. I mean everybody who comes here every week. and everybody who's in your small group, or everybody who you've met here, and who you don't necessarily talk to, but they're still here, and they're still a part of your family. 1 Samuel 19:6 says, Saul listened to Jonathan and took his oath. As surely as the Lord lives, David will not be put to death. It truly matters to have more people than just your family. And Hebrews 10:24-25 says, And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. So what that verse means is that we need to encourage each other throughout all time. No matter if you're not necessarily doing great with your family, you still have people outside who can encourage you, and people that you can encourage because you never know what their situation is at home. And when that verse says, all the more when you see the day approaching, it means that we truly need to encourage each other and support each other as we see the end times approaching. And I don't think any of us necessarily meet at church due to habit or routine. We meet at church because we need each other and we need fellowship. Imagine if through the next few years of your life, you had a group of people outside your family that felt like and acted like your family. Starting today, you can begin building your bigger family. Now, if you think it's going to happen overnight, you're mistaken. And you need to ask God to bring the right people into your life, because you can't force relationships like that on people. And God will be the one to choose who's definitely right for your life.
Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and click the links in the description below. See y'all next time.